Hi, Jim. It's Jeff Talbott. I know we've only really seen each other face to face once in our lives, but because of Paul, I feel like I talk to you all the time because I talk to him all the time. Um, I know that he's collecting these Shakespeare snippets for you, and I am currently in Cleveland in my glamorous actor housing. You see glamour all around me. Doing a play called Into the Breaches that you may or may not know about. It's by the playwright George Brandt. It's this super beautiful play about a Shakespeare company in the 1940s, and all the men are at war, and the women decide to put on Henry IV, parts 1 and 2, and Henry V, but playing all the male roles. So it's a lot about feminism and women stepping into men's roles. It's this super beautiful play that I have a very small part in because it's about the ladies. And late in the play, the women, on opening night, in a moment of chaos, band together and very movingly are led to the St. Crispin's Day speech from Henry V. And they all say it. It starts with one woman, and eventually it's a chorus of women saying it. And I find it deeply moving. And what I was going to do for Paul's project of offering Shakespeare to you is videotape from off stage the women doing it. And then yesterday, as I prepared to do it, I realized that's like completely fucking illegal. So I didn't do that. So I'm going to read to you the playwright George Brandt's slight cutting of that speech. And you'll find when I get to the names in the speech that are called for in the call and response portion of the speech, it isn't Shakespeare's names, but it's the names of the women in the company of this play. And this is a super beautiful speech that I know you know well and that we all love. And this is a cutting of it that is in Into the Breaches by George Brandt. And I am not in this scene, so I have not said these words out loud, nor rehearsed them at all. So all apologies for the terribleness of what I'm about to do. Let he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that shall see this day and live old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is St. Crispian. Then he will strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, Grace the King, Celeste, and June, Winifred, and Maggie, Stuart, and Ida, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. And Crispin Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the end of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile this day shall gentle in his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. That's my very not great spoken offering to Paul's project to share Shakespeare with you. I am sure it's a speech that's come your way several times by others, but maybe not in this fashion, with women's names in the center of it. And if you imagine it, as you think of the speech, as a chorus of 7 women and 1 gay man who say it in the play, every night when I hear it, big tears come to my eyes. And I'm sending you love and wishes for speedy recovery and health. And that's all. Cleveland out. Take care, Jim.